here, and then morning, Rocket Man. Good morning, sir. Is this gonna pick up? It is gonna pick up. Look at that. Looks like, I think we're getting into like a tank or something. This looks pretty sweet. We might be starting something new here.
Welcome to the next section of the course. In this section, we're making modular vehicles.
Dinner
now,
nap
you might
time.
say vehicles really characters. There's a bit of conjecture around that, but we think vehicles are a great example of something that has personality, something that a lot of games have.
Oh, Lost Boomer. Just to give you a little, since you're first time chatter, just to give you a little background, I am Project Mars. This is kind of what Project Mars is about. It's gonna be about AI and this Roman era stuff, and then wow, this is explaining it really poorly. I am creating an anime, cartoon, whatever you want to call it, animated videos of Daddy Irish. Sheesh. That this channel will be based on. So yeah, and then it'll be Project Mars. Mars is going to stand for, or it does stand for, manned augmented reality suit. So essentially, it'll be, I'll have like once I get good enough, and I think I would probably do a little bit of programming to make it all work. But essentially, it will be like I don't know. I kind of think of it as like an internet cosplay. And I'll have a bunch of cool little designs and everything for the stream. I think it'd be really neat. But it'll have some backstories. What I'm trying to get at. It'll have its own storyline that goes along with it. So I think that'd be pretty neat. And that's what we're learning on doing. We are learning how to create all that. So yeah.
Objects in it that aren't just simply humanoids. Now, side note, a lot of the rest of the
But
course
we're in the
is gonna
early
be
stages
about
of that.
creating
Very
a
early
OODA,
stages.
But for now, we want to get a little bit more hard surface modeling in and to practice how you make elements or modules or modular elements that you can snap together to make a lot of different game assets. So, Grant, what specifically are we going to be doing in this section?
Yeah, so exactly that. We need to really make sure your modeling skills are up to speed and
Phoenix, I was telling everybody that I need to get rid of that one or turn it up or something, because that one doesn't scare me. Here to talk and support. Hey, I appreciate that, Lost Boomer. I really do. The cornflake one on my that one actually scares me more than the Scream does. I'm sorry. Even tired, you can't scare me with that.
get some practice in for so just general techniques like loop cuts, extrusions, all those different things that we've had a little look at so far. So you could possibly skip this section if you wanted to, if you're really comfortable with those things. But I think it's a good idea to get really used to them before moving to the slightly more advanced stuff with this sort of organic character modeling. But the great thing about this is that you can get to see how you can use different modules to create lots of different iterations of the same character. And therefore, if you're exporting to games, you've got lots of options then, in this case for vehicles with different weapons and...
Just get an ear rape. Dude, that Scream was the ear rape. At one point, I had to turn it down. It was so bad. I took the art inspiration last night and started to work on my first D&D campaign. Yo, Daddy Irish, let's go, dude. That's freaking awesome. You look like me today. Yeah.
different bases.
I
So
feel-
there's lots to learn here.
I feel rough.
lots
My
of fun,
eyes, I
and
know, are
lots of
poofy.
practice to be had as well.
Poofy.
Yeah, that's a really great point. That when you're making assets for your game, if it's a character, you might have seven different guns that you want to swap in and out. Or you might have different hats or different clothing. So this section, although it's very much about
Not a compliment. You look like crap.
How can you have different elements that fit together? So great. Let's jump in and make ourselves some modular vehicles.
Dude, I feel that way. I'm just. All right, let's go. Go into alert mood. Say
In this section, we'll be making
thank
a
you,
small
Lost.
army of tanks
a
and
lost
vehicles,
boomer.
and learning some new tips
Appreciate the
and
lurk,
tricks
dude.
to make modelling faster using things like modifiers. In this particular lecture, I'll be talking about the modular approach.
Not
to
a troll. I
building
feel you,
models.
bro. No. I get it. I
Building
get
with
it. I
modules
just.
can be really
It
good
was
fun,
funny.
and it can save you a lot of time. Here you can see all the tank type models that I've made just through a few different variations and a few different module sets. For example, you can see the base of the car here with a really basic top.
Love you too,
But then
Phoenix.
An upgrade can be this interesting weapon here. Another upgrade can be the length of the vehicle, and that's just an adaptation of the original module with an extra set of
Oh,
wheels.
man.
And then we've got a rocket launcher top, but we can change the whole base as well and give it sort of tank tracks and a tank base here. And again, use the same weapon for the top of the tank as these three are along here. Or you can see my interesting tripod legs with the same tops that we've used before. And let's say we wanted to expand on our models. We can
What are
do
we
that
doing?
really simply just by building, let's say, a front piece here with some spikes. So I'll shift right click and add a cube in there, zoom into that and make a really simple spiky front. No need to follow along with this. This is just a demonstration. And then we can easily add this to other versions of our base, or I can put it on my tank as well to give my tank some spikes. So you can see how beneficial this could be if you want to have a sort of level advancement system and you want to build different sections to your models and give the player power-ups. So we'll be learning about these techniques in this section. I'll also be advancing our knowledge of modeling techniques and showing you some shortcuts by using modifiers, and there'll be lots of other hints and tips along the way. So that concludes this introduction. We'll be starting a new scene for you to follow along in the next lecture.
Got it. Let's go. Let's do it. Vehicle base. What are we creating here?
In this section, we'll be starting work on the base of our vehicle. We'll be practicing a bit with extrusions, insets and loop cuts. So the first thing we're going to be making is this car base here. Now do notice this is separate from the top, so it's just the base we're making, and I've put a separate top on so we can easily take it off and add things like the weapons over here. Now it doesn't matter if it looks exactly the same. Here I've got some different variations. They're all fairly similar, but they're all very slightly different in some way. If
Okay.
you're less experienced with modeling, then something like this might be suitable. If I go into edit mode, you can see the basic shape there. More advanced, you might go for something like this with an inset for the lights.
All
Or
right.
slightly more experienced still,
We're
might
gonna
go
take
for a
this
shape which has got
square.
slightly more detail on it, as you can see in these sections
Go
here.
edit
So some of you, if you're more
mode,
confident,
not
might want to have a
that.
go at these shapes without my instructions to start with, and then maybe see how I've done it. Certainly you'll want to be adapting the shapes and making them your own in some way. So here I am in the basic scene, and we're going to use the default cube to make our vehicle base.
Yep.
So I'll
figured.
click on that, I'll tab into edit mode and scale in the Z axis. And then I'll scale in the Y, and we've got a basic
Oh.
base there. Now notice I did that in edit mode. If I press tab now and press N on my keyboard and go to the item, you can see that the scale is still 1. That will make a difference when I do things like the inset. So just bear that in mind if you didn't scale in edit mode. The other thing that I want to do that will make life much easier is do a mirror. I'm going to use the auto mirror tool. If you haven't enabled that yet, then go up to edit, preferences, add-ons, start typing in auto mirror, and it'll be there. Make sure that's ticked. Also, just double check that you've got auto save preferences on, and then when you close this down, that will be saved. Now we can go across to edit, and the auto mirror is up the top there. Now when I'm mirroring in the x-axis, I like to do it in the positive, so press auto mirror for that, and then we'll go into edit mode, and you can see that it's mirrored across the x-axis, and I always like to work on the right hand side. That might just be a personal preference. We're going to do another mirror across the y-axis as well, so we only have to work on this one corner here. So if I tick on the y, on this one I like to work on the negative y. So if I select negative there and press auto mirror, you can see it comes to the front because the positive Y is going sort of upwards this way. So X on the orientation positive and Y on the negative. You can see it's created the mirrors here in the modifiers, and there's 1, 2. We don't actually need to. You can see that the first one has the X and the second one has the Y. So we can actually delete one just by pressing the X and getting rid of it.
Whoa,
And then we
whoa,
can
whoa,
tick the
whoa,
Y
whoa.
on
Whoa.
the first one. I like to work on the negative Y. So if I select negative there and press auto mirror, you can see it comes to the front
Did that.
because the positive Y is going sort of upwards this way. So X on the orientation positive and Y on the negative. You can see it's created the mirrors here in the
Okay.
modifiers, and there's 1, 2. We don't actually need to. You can see that the first one has the X and the second one has the Y. So we can actually delete one just by pressing the X and getting rid of it. And then we can tick the Y on just by pressing the X and getting rid of it.
Hold on.
And then we can, the second one has the Y. So we can actually delete one just by
Okay.
pressing
He does hit the X.
the X and getting rid of it. And then we can tick the Y on the first one, so it's the X and Y up here. I find that slightly less confusing just to have one mirror, but it doesn't make any difference.
Okay.
Now we can start editing our shape. I'm going to use a reference image up the top here, but you don't have to do this. You can just use my screen as the reference. I'll just expand this box across here, and up the top, change that to the image editor, and I'll open my image. So it's vehicle base. I'll open that, and I'll just zoom out a bit so you can easily see
Okay.
what I'm making. And it won't look exactly like this, and hopefully you'll adapt it and make the shape your own in some way. But we'll be getting somewhere close to this. Now it can be daunting looking at a shape like this and trying to figure out all the extrusions and topology, as we call it, which is the way the faces are joined together. But the main thing to do is to think about the basic shape first and then add the details later. So this extrusion here, here and here, we can add all that in after we've got the basic outline shape. So we've roughly got the size right at the moment, and there's an indentation in here. Now we can do that several ways. The easy way is to probably grab this face, so interface mode with 3, and left click on the face, G to grab in the x-axis and move that in. So we've just got the middle section now, and then we'll extrude this section out. So
Oh,
I'll do a
we're
loop
shooting
cut
out
around
instead of
here.
in. Okay.
So Control R for a loop cut.
Okay. So 3. And he said we're gonna. Oh, that's bevel. Wait, hold on. What do you do?
So we've just got the middle section now, and then we'll extrude
Uh-huh.
this section out. And there's an indentation in here. Now we can do that several ways. The easy way is to probably grab this face, so interface mode with 3,
Right.
and left click on the face, G to grab in the x-axis, and
Oh, you just hit G. All right, you literally just grabbed it and pushed it in. That's beveled a little bit. Whoops. Hold on. Okay, that's flat. There. That's not beveled, right? Okay, cool. There we go. All right.
move that in. So we've just got the middle section now, and then we'll extrude this section out. So I'll do a loop cut around here. So Control R for a loop cut, and left click, and then move it into the position you want, somewhere around there, and left click again, Control R, left click, move it into the position you want, and left click again. Now we can grab these 3 faces and press E to extrude and pull them outwards.
Okay. So Control R. Yes, we want a loop cut right about there, and then we want another loop cut. Right about there. Oop. And then we want to hit 3. Shift. Nope. Hold on now. There we go. And oh God, no. Extrude out. So about there. That work? I feel like it would have been easier to extrude this in as one big block than extrude that out. I could be missing something. All right.
So we've got a simple base with an area for the wheels. So let's think about this top section here. Again, there's several ways we can do it, but I think grabbing these faces at the top here and pressing E to extrude and then S to scale will create something similar to what we've got here, but notice there's a slope here. So we can just select this edge across the top here,
Wrong
go
way.
into edge mode, select that and G to grab in the Z and move it upwards. But we've got an indentation in here, here and here. Well actually, this whole bit comes out slightly, so we can select these faces at the front and extrude them out. And now we've got sort of space to pull them in again. So we've created that area at the front now. These tend to slope down a bit though, so we can grab the edge at the top.
Okay. All right. Hold on. He said slide those in. Wait a minute. 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 Like this. And then. And that's too much. That's good. And then he grabbed these faces here and extruded them out. Just a little bit.
Here and here, and press G then Z to grab them down.
And then he, not to. Did he pull that down? That was already down. Hold on. We got to reseed this.
And then S to scale.
Okay.
We'll create something similar to what we've got here, but notice there's a slope here. So we can just select this edge across the top here by going to edge mode, select that and G to grab in the Z and move it upwards.
Oh, okay. So he grabbed. Okay, so hold on. Let's Control Z. There we go. So he grabbed that
Put an indentation
first.
in here, here and here. Well actually, this whole bit comes.
Okay, he grabbed this. And moved it up on the Z a little bit. No. What do you grab that
G
with?
to grab in the Z and move it.
Okay. GZ. Why does that create another? Hmm. Delete the vertice? Oh, nope. Delete the edge. Or maybe I want to dissolve the edge. That's probably what I want to do, is dissolve the edge so it doesn't get rid of the face. Because we don't need that. Right? Alright, and that brings that up. So that looks a little bit closer. Alright. And we go back to 3. And we can pull those out.
Bit upwards.
Okay.
So we've got an indentation in here, here, and here. Well, actually, this whole bit comes out slightly. So we can select these faces at the front and extrude them out. And now we've got sort of space to pull them in again. So we've created that area at the front now. These tend to slope down a bit though, so we can grab the edge at the top here and press G, then Z to grab them downwards. And we're slowly starting to get there. Like I say, we've got an indentation around here, so we can press Control R to do a loop cut there, and maybe drag that up a bit, and Control.
What am I missing that's doing this? Dissolve that edge. Thank you. Okay, let's grab these edges one more time. We will dissolve that edge because that's not needed. All right.
Control R to do a loop cut underneath it, and there's an indentation in here. Now thinking about it, I could have done these loop cuts earlier before doing this extrusion, and then I could have just neglected to extrude these two faces. But don't panic if that's too confusing. It's quite often that you want to cut into a shape, so I'm going to show you how to do that. Now people often make mistakes with this and they end up with vertices on top of each other and all sorts of problems. They start off in the correct way, so E to extrude in the y-axis and pull it backwards and just roughly line it up, that's fine. But there's an extra face here.
For sure we can delete that, right?
Into face mode, select that face and press delete.
Okay.
And faces.
Yeah, cool. All right. All right, back into, whoa. I just want this one and this one. Extrude inward. Ooh, that could be like a cool light bar. All right. And delete face. That might be what we do there instead of the lights up there.
So that's great and it looks good, but actually, if I come into here and press 1 to go to vertex mode, select one of these and press G to grab, you can see they're not actually joined together. So I'll undo that. We want these joined together, otherwise that can cause all sorts of problems later on.
I see that.
There's a simple way to do it. First of all, make sure by going to face mode again and selecting these two faces and pressing G then Y that you have them. They can be.
Okay, Phoenix. That one sort of got me. I looked over at the right exact time that it went off, though. Dude, you got like the little purple thing? The cornflakes. Cornflakes in that thing. Oh. Oh my god, dude. I need a good jump scare this morning. Oh god. Well, I'm looking away, but it caught my eye, like my peripheral vision. I'm looking at this, but I saw something change over here, so I jumped to it. Oh
Fairly
man.
rough, about there. Then go into vertex mode with 1. You can select all your vertex
Oh jeez.
and press M to merge them. And there's a by distance option. So if we tick on that,
You're
there's a
blacklisted
sign
on
here
my
saying
channel.
removed 0 vertices. If we go to the merge by distance dialog though, we can start.
Oh my god. Oh. Dude, how was your first affiliate stream? Your name? Yes. I can't wait. Oh shoot. Oh man. I'm not joking. All right. I'll go there and I'll type it in. Oh my god. I'm gonna go here and then figure out what is going on. Oh, wait. What is that? What is that hole? Maybe that's what he's talking about. That's awesome, dude. Heck yeah, dude. Ugh. This what you want? Hey, everybody. So we just woke up. Is that good? All right. I set you down right here, bub. Okay. Heck yeah, Phoenix. Anytime, man. Stream is awesome. It was definitely fun. All right. We might extrude this back a little bit further. Okay. I'm telling you, Phoenix. Oh man, dude. I don't even know why I have it. I need to get rid of it. Eat my shorts. Oh god, dude. That's awesome. How deep is this thing? He made it like super deep. All right, we delete this face. Okay, all right.
Select one of these and press G to grab. You can see
Yes.
they're not actually joined together. So I'll undo that.
Do the
We want
cornflakes.
these joined together.
That will
otherwise
get
could
me.
Cause all sorts of problems later on. And there's a simple way to do it. First of all, make sure by going to face mode again and selecting these two faces and pressing G then Y that you have them lined up, and it can be fairly rough about there. Then go into vertex mode with 1. You can select all your vertex and press M to merge them, and there's a by distance option. So if we tick on that, there's a sign here saying removed 0 vertices. If we go to the merge by distance dialog,
Merge by distance, okay.
we can start pushing this upwards, and you can see the first click on that arrow, we get the message 2 vertices deleted.
Where?
So that means it's merged those two and merged those two together. If I select this and press G to grab, you can see it's merged.
Oh,
And that's
wait.
a common problem that beginners face. If
Dude,
mesh
you're
is
not
acting
kidding.
unusual,
It was a pain in the ass. Hey, oh, wait. Wait, come back. What is that vertex? We could probably delete that. Okay. Let's go into 2. No, I just want that one. I just want. Why is that? I don't want both of those. Delete. Oh, that's gonna cause a problem, isn't it? Why is my edge like that? Why did it do that? We got some weird stuff going on here. Oh, it's because we're seeing. Oh, Control Z. Control Z. Oh, that's right. We don't want to delete it. We want to dissolve it. Dissolve that edge. Dissolve that edge. There we go. Now we're looking good. Still don't know why I created it, but hey, it's there now. All right.
usually, just press A to select all in vertex mode and M and by distance, and any vertices that are on top of each other will get merged. Just be a bit careful, don't go too high with this. If I start going really high, eventually they'll start merging ones that are far away from each other. So I'll bring that back down and we're back to where we were. Okay, let's zoom out just a touch and then think about the indentations here. So we've got a light indentation there and then the sort of grill type thing there. But I think the light could take up a bit more space here. Now the way to do this is to press 3 to go to face mode, select this face and I to inset, and E to extrude. Now if your inset doesn't look like mine, then it may be because your scale is not set to 1. So make sure you go into object mode, Control A, and set the scale. Then come back in and do your inset and it will work. But I'm going to undo that, and I'm going to press 2 on my keyboard to go to edge mode and bring these edges down slightly. So G, then Z. And I can slide those down slightly to there, and now I can press 3 to go to face mode, I to inset, and E to extrude. And I think I prefer that shape. Okay, so what about the grill? It's a bit thinner than the lights. So we'll go to this face here, I to inset, but notice it doesn't go all the way to the boundary just there. Well, we've got this inset faces option here, and we can tick the boundary. I'm actually going to undo that, because you can press I, then B for the boundary there. And we can then scale that to the size we want, somewhere around there, and E to extrude. And now we've got our basic shape. It's slightly different, I would say, to this starting shape here. So we might need to edit a few things. I think I've extruded out too far. So I'm going to go to wireframe, side view with 3 on my numpad, and select these faces here, and G then Y. Just move those in slightly. I think also this section here is a bit thick. So if I go to solid mode, you'll be able to see that. It's a bit wide compared to this one. So again, into wireframe, into side view with 3, and this time I go to vertex mode, select these vertices, and G then Y. And maybe select these vertices, and G then Y.
Okay. Go into vertice mode, hit 3 on the numpad. Go into vertice mode, select. Why can't I select everything? Why is my mouse like that? We're gonna select all these and go over to G then. Nope. G then Y. Yeah. Go back to solid mode. Cool. There we go. Stretched out. All right.
Back to solid mode and let's see how that looks. Okay, so we're much closer to this shape here. Okay, so your challenge then is to adapt the shape slightly, make it your own in some way, maybe inset and extrude a few faces.
BRB, taking the kit up.
Perhaps do an extra loop cut and move some vertices and edges around and see how you get on. Try not to change the main shape, this sort of boxy shape, too much. Otherwise you may lose that sort of modular approach and have to edit things later. In a moment I'll show you a few adaptations that you could do. Okay, so for example, this section along here is actually a lot thinner. So if you notice that, well done. I'm going to change that now into side mode, into wireframe, and select those vertices there, which are the ones going across the top there, back to side view, and G then Z to pull them upwards. It's not so much an adaptation, it's a fix. Back to solid mode, and let's do something a bit unusual. Maybe grab these faces here, I to inset, E to extrude, and we got some sort of, I don't even know what that is. Could do the same up here maybe, I to inset, E to extrude, and we just got some interesting things that we can do, and maybe we can add some lights in there later on. You could take it that bit further and maybe have these faces here extruded out the front, and it's got some sort of bumper, and maybe even grab this face here, E to extrude outwards that way. Just adding a bit of interest and character elements. Okay, so that concludes this lecture. Make sure you've saved your work, ready for next time. In this lecture, we'll be building the roof section, and we'll be building on the techniques that we've already learnt. Okay, so here's where we got to last time. Now we're still in edit mode, and I want to create the top as a separate object and the wheels as a separate object, so I can easily move them and change them if I need to. We'll start with the top. I won't actually leave edit mode. What I'm going to do is use these top faces as a guide to the size of the new top that I'm going to create. So interface mode with 3, select these faces, and I'll duplicate them with Shift D. I'll press Shift D and then press Z to just move them up slightly, so I can see that I've got some separate faces there. And that way they're exactly the same size as the original. They've also got the mirror, which I want to keep. So it's much quicker than adding a new plane or a new cube here, then doing the auto mirror. Just borrowing it from the base like this saves a lot of time. However, I need to separate it so it's a different.
Oh, what up, Kels? Sorry, I was muted. Spirits, thank you. Yes, I am a little tired this morning. I guess I'm good, but a little tired, obviously. We're just following this guide, this tutorial to kind of learn. We're learning Blender so we can make our own stuff. Make our own anime / cartoon, whatever you want to call it. It's what Project Mars is pretty much going to be about. Fuck your jump scare. Dude, Phoenix, I'm not gonna lie, I jumped more when I got that follower notification than anything. Oh, God. No, we're learning Blender so I can create my own models and anime. That's what we're doing. I will be doing this is every morning. I unfollowed and followed again. Oh shit. You're a mess, Phoenix. You're a mess, man. Yeah, I'd like to create my own stuff, but in the mornings, every morning, I will be probably streaming and doing Blender, and then in the evenings, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we'll be back to like a gaming stream. Phoenix, where's the cornflakes at? You know the little purple blob thing? That's what you need to hit blacklist. I don't have a blacklist command. God, thank you for telling me I was muted though, Spirits. Holy moly. That could have been. My new mic's coming in today. I'm excited for that. Hopefully I won't be muted as much. The whole tap on the top thing is kind of gets hit easily. Oh boy. 7 o'clock. We got about 30 more minutes, gents. Ladies and gents. I love you too, Phoenix.
An object. So I'll just zoom in on that slightly, and with them selected, I'll press P.
Oh, yeah. Hold on, bro. Hold on. G and Z. We gotta bring this up slightly, like you said. There we go. Now what? And then we hit P. And then what?
By selection. They are loose parts, so I could use loose parts as well. But by selection's easier because you know for
Oh,
sure that the ones you've got selected are to be separated. So I'll press on
that's
selection. We now need
amazing.
to go out
Okay,
of
now
edit
what?
mode for this object by pressing tab and
Okay.
then select this object, this new object, and into edit mode once again. Now, to
Okay.
build this, we don't actually need these loop cuts, so I can go into edge mode and press Alt left click on that one and press Control X, and
What?
Alt left click on that one and press Control X, and that dissolves edge loops. I'll undo that quickly, and if I press
That's
delete, notice the
amazing.
dissolve edges in the delete menu.
Ah.
But Control X is the shortcut. Now I
Control
can extrude
X.
this face into some
Remember
sort
that
of top.
chat.
What I'll
Control
do
X.
first, though, is just
Hold on. Yes, use those Bezos bucks. Oh, Lordy. Documents, Blender notes. These are my Blender notes. Oh, shortcuts, really. Shift-E. Yep, got that one. What it was Alt X to dissolve?
just come to top mode
Hold
in the
on.
delete menu. But Control X is the shortcut.
Control X.
Now I can
We got it, chat. Control X. Control plus X equals dissolve. Face. Vertices. What was the other one? Face, vertices, and points. Is that what they're called? Vertex. Edge, 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 and edge. Save. Isolated selected object. On. Hold on. Nope. On pad. Yeah. Okay. Save. Boom. All right. Close down. Full screen.
extrude this face
Let's go.
into some sort of top. What I'll do first, though, is just come to top mode, select all, and G to grab, and pull it in really slightly so there's a slight lip before we reach the top here. I press G to grab, but you can actually scale. If I undo that and go S and scale, it does the same thing. G to grab, though, you can kind of get it exactly where you want. You might want this way more or this way more. Because of the mirror, we can actually G to grab and change its size as well as its movement. Okay, so I like that position. E to extrude upwards. So we've got a lip.
Okay. We are going to hit 3G, grab G again, and right. Lurk, thank you for the lurk, Phoenix. I hope you have a good rest of your day, sir. We kind of want it like right, right there. And then we're going to hit E to extrude. Wait, how far up you going on, bro?
Lip there, and E to extrude upwards again. And this time I will.
Oh, okay. Wait. E to extrude. And then E to extrude again. Like something like that. And then S to go in. That looks good.
Wheel scale, I'll just scale it in. And we got the top there.
Mine's a little more flat.
Just have a look around
A
and
little
check
more
the
low
shape.
profile.
Now I think it needs to be a bit taller, so G to grab in the Z,
Really?
move it up.
Okay. You say so, bro. G, Z. Actually, that right there looks perfect. I like that.
And maybe scaled in a bit more. Somewhere around there, I think.
No.
Now this one has a sort of bevel on the side. What I'm going to do is select this edge and press Control B to bevel. So Control B and just bring it out.
Okay. All right. Fine. 2. Grab. Shift. Nope. Control B. Like that? Wavelink, what are you doing? Good thing I ain't using you no more. Get out of here. Oh, now you messed me up. What are we doing? Let go. Oh, my lord. Thank you. Wait, what is this? What is this? Look. I'm going to try this new. Control X. Boom. It's gone. Whatever that was, it's gone. We did it, boys. Look at this. Look at this. We're looking good. I'm kind of liking this edge, though, now. It's kind of looking nice. Beveled in, but they also, like, came up and beveled out. It's got a nice protection for the top.
You can create more loops if you want more loops
No,
on
thank
the
you.
wheel, but I'm going to keep it nice and square like this, with just 2 sections, and then left click when you're happy. You can, of course, change the bevel parameters here and change the segments just here if you wanted to. But I think I prefer this shape to this one, which has a triangle in it, and I'm just going to change the style really slightly. Now into face mode with 3, select the front face, I to inset, and remember if you've got the boundary you press B to get rid of that, and we've got a kind of window there.
Okay. 3 face, inset. Okay, I need to bring my mouse out. Inset. That should look good. Oh, and we want to hold on. We want to like take this face and then just kind of extrude it ever so slightly, right? Hold on. Extrude. A little bit more, maybe. There, we did it.
There, E to extrude and pull it backwards. Now that's extruding in the Z-axis. You might just want to adapt that slightly, so we can go into side view and wireframe.
You extruded that a lot.
Grab and pull that upwards. Back to solid mode, and let's have a look what we've got.
Okay.
Pushing in a bit too far, so G then Y.
That's what I'm saying.
And I think that's about right. Now, I'm always encouraging you to make changes and adaptations, and you can go upwards on this one because this roof will be replaced with a weapon, so you could change this roof into something interesting if you wanted to. But there's one thing to be aware of. We've got an N-gon at the top, so a face that has more than 4 edges.
Right.
So if, for example, I decide to have a spike at the top, I'll go to 1 to go to vertex mode, select that vertex, G to grab in the Z-axis and put it upwards. So it's got this odd looking spike. But
that's weird, dude.
When I move around to the side here, looks okay around this side, but there seems to drop down in a strange way. And if I come around to here, it looks odd in that position there, coming in here. So the computer can't really render this properly. It's doing the best job it can. I'm going to undo that movement. If I want to do anything like that, then I need to convert this shape into a quad. N-gons are absolutely fine on flat surfaces, but as soon as you move one of the edges at all, it renders badly. So what I need to do is go K for knife, and I can cut an edge across here.
What?
So can you see how it highlights red when you come over a vertex? I can then left click and then come across here and just line it up roughly in the X-axis and left click again.
Huh.
When you finish your cut, you can do more cuts of course, but press enter to complete. Now I've got 2 quads. I can then perhaps extrude this one up or something, scale it in, and do something weird with the top.
Yeah, that's weird. Don't do that.
I'll undo those because I don't think I like that.
Yeah, I don't like it
Okay, so
either.
the challenge for you then is to build the roof and adapt it, giving it your own character. Have a go at that, then I'll show you some ways that I've adapted.
Well, I was gonna put a cannon on it, but
Okay,
you
so
said we're gonna
may
add a
want
tank top.
Perhaps windows on the side. So let's select this one, I to inset and bring that down, and E to extrude and bring that inwards. And we've got these sort of windows on the side.
Yeah, it's probably a good
Maybe
idea.
some sort of
So you can see
entrance
out
or
the
opening
sides.
up here where someone could peer out.
It's
and
not
start
really a good
shooting
idea
the
to not
enemy.
be able to see
So we
where
create
you're
something on the top there.
being
There's a
attacked
couple of
from.
ways we can do that. We can do it as a separate object.
Well, it does leave you
or we
more
can easily
vulnerable.
Make it part of this one. If you wanted a separate object, you could just put a cylinder on top, which is nice and easy. I'm going to make it part of this one though, so I'll select the top face, I to inset and bring that in. Go to top view and vertex mode. I'll select this vertex, G to grab and pull that in. And then with this face, just here that we've just made, let's come around to the side, E to extrude, and we've got some sort of top there. Maybe I'll E to extrude and scale up, and E to extrude again. So it's some sort of lid type thing. Now it's a bit too long at the moment, so let's adapt the shape slightly. So interface mode, I'll select this face and this one here. G to grab in the Y, make it a bit thinner. It's looking a bit better. I'm going to go to wireframe and top view and just sort out my circle shape. So let's go to vertex mode with 1, select those vertices and just make it a bit more circular.
I don't like that.
And I'm just pressing G to grab after selecting the vertices. Z to get this menu back into solid mode, and let's see what we've got. Come backwards here, and we've got this really interesting looking top. It's slightly above our mesh, so I'll just press G to grab in the Z and overlap it really slightly. That's absolutely fine, there's no problem doing that. It will still work fine in your game engine and everything. Okay, so that concludes this lecture. Make sure you've saved your work, ready for next time.
Okay. All right. I want to just grab this face. Thank you. And then inset. Right there. There. Now you can see out everywhere. Go you. Although, yeah, the top is a little bland. This whole thing is just hovering, though. Is that okay? Should we lower this whole thing? Where is this thing at? What am I selecting here? There's that. Okay. G on the Z and pull it. Right there. Cool. All right. I think I want to bevel that. Nope. Let's see. Oh, here we go. I was on the back side. What is this? That was Control B. Really? You don't say. And then this gets beveled as well. To match. Wait. Hold on. Control Z. We want both of these beveled. Control B. There we go. That's better. Yeah, I think that looks good. All right. I don't know. Maybe we should do something up here. What is it, K? K on this vertex, and then you draw a line like right there, and do something like that, and then done. Okay, fine. We'll just do. Enter. Boom. There's the vertice. All right. Complete and continue. We're getting wheels next. How long is this one? 9 minutes. 9 minutes will probably double. No, I don't want to become famous. Go away. Wow, that's kind of cool. Yep. Straight up ban. Okay, then we're gonna grab the face. I think we're just gonna mess with this, and then we're gonna rate out depending on what we have here. So we'll minimize that. Extrude that up, maybe. No. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna make that come in. Okay. We're gonna make that come in. There we go. Right there, and then we extrude it maybe. Yeah, okay. I really didn't like that. How we need to make a small, maybe more of an octagon. Maybe it'll look better as a square. That's not what I want. Good. Let's go here. Okay. All right. That would really ridiculous. Maybe we make it a little smaller. Yeah, I'm thinking we make it even smaller. Like maybe that big, and then we extrude it up. Just a little bit. And then if we size that in more, there we go. And then we'll make maybe we make like a make a hatch. I think that'd look better. Hatch. Or hatch. Okay. Do we extrude it down? Oop, that's not what we want to do. Kind of level, but maybe we add something. We add a cut. Or maybe we size it in just a little. No. Hold on. We do that. That way it's slightly below that. Or do we go slightly above that? Just ever so slightly. That way it's somewhat offset a little bit. And then well, now we're getting to the vehicles. Yeah. I think that'd look okay. We're gonna save it here for now. Not in my downloads. We will go to Blender, work in progress, models. We will call this the, I don't know, we'll call it a rover. Save. All right. Oh, excuse me. I think we will. Oh, we will. We're gonna raid out. Cause I gotta get ready for work. Oh man. All right. Dark Scythe. Phoenix, do you have anybody that is online for you that you'd like to raid out to? Let's see if I miss any other. Yes, who you got, brother? Oh, she's online. Okay, apparently I don't follow her. Coo. Yeah, I've seen her in chat a few times. I just never for whatever reason, never followed her. So yeah, let's raid out. All right, I will see you guys tonight. Met her on Pizza Stream. Nice. I will be on tonight, 6:30 Central. Phoenix, as always, dude. Good seeing you. You better be. Good talking to you. Nice try and scare me. You'll have to try harder if you want to scare me. Let's see if we can catch games together if I don't have work tomorrow. Sounds good, dude. I love you too, man. That'll be live tonight. I don't know what we're doing. We'll figure that out when we get there. All right. Peace.